will say, maybe an unpopular thing to say, Kagurabachi does have the gift of newness right now. It's like the new hot thing. So it's obviously going to get a bit more attention.
Welcome to another brand new episode of Undisputed Anime. This is the podcast where we like to give you some top recommendations and rants and sometimes reviews. I'm your host, Zane Taichou, your captain of recommendations. And as always, I'm joined by my besto friendo, Mr. Susu Day. How are you, my friend?
It's me, Susu Day. I'm here. I'm good. You know, as I said before, as like many people, I wake up every day and I dredge under the boot of capitalism. So that's fun. But here I am, finding a moment of respite to talk with my good friend Zane. So
talk about your passion. Your je ne sais quoi.
Passions.
More passion, more stride, more energy.
More energy. Perfect.
Today we are going to talk about some of the fall or autumn, depending on where you are in the world, the lineup of anime that is about to be released or may have already been released. Because we are currently recording this on the Chex date. Chex notes.
30th of September.
Thank you very much. And
the last day.
I believe there's already some hot series that have already started. So we'll be running through that list. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark VPN, who have given me, now get this, 83% off plus 3 months free. So if you've been meaning to pick up a VPN, now might be the time. Surfshark is a trusted VPN to help you protect your privacy online. Whether that's protecting yourself from malicious websites or if you're in a public Wi-Fi connection, you can keep your information locked down. Surfshark's clean web feature blocks ads, trackers, malware, and phishing attempts, allowing you to surf the web safely. Plus, it lets you change your virtual location. So if there's an anime on Netflix that's not available in your country, but say in Japan, guess what? You're in Japan now. You want to use BBC iPlayer to watch all of Doctor Who. So pick up Surfshark using the link in the description down below and use the code Undisputed Anime, and you'll get 83% off and 3 months free. Check it out. Before we do, I thought it was only fair that we talk about one of the biggest manga releases in years. Can you guess what I'm going to talk about?
I've got a suspicion.
Go on.
I've got a suspicion. No. I won't make a fool of myself here on national television. There are millions of people watching this right now. I will not be a fool.
Here's a clue.
Yeah, it's what I expected, and you wouldn't be wrong. This is definitely got big free energy.
For our audio listener out there, we are talking about, is it pronounced Kaguya Bachi? I practiced this, believe it or not.
I have been saying Kagurabachi.
We'll go with that. However,
it's got that I am not a fluent Japanese speaker. I'm not even a partially fluent Japanese speaker, so I can't say that I'm an expert on pronunciation as much as I'd love to be.
Me too.
So, but yeah, Kagurabachi, incredible. 3 chapters so far. All good. Good stuff.
Is there 3 chapters now? I thought it was only 2.
I have read 3 chapters.
Ooh. Wowzers.
So, obviously, they came in really strong with the first chapter. It was a chunky boy.
Yeah.
And the second and third chapters have been, they've kind of decreased in length, but you typically find with like the opening chapter of a new title is like extra long, extra thick.
Yeah. I, what were your reactions to the first one? Like before we talk about the hype, what did you find with when you read this?
I was pretty impressed with the pacing of it.
Mm.
I feel like it went a real long way to kind of like set up the past of that world.
Yeah.
It did a lot to like describe the relationship between the main character and his father.
Mm-hmm.
You got like introduced to like one other character. You learnt about his father's like trade and how he's this skilled artisan of like swords. And then obviously it cuts to the future, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously things have changed in a pretty dark way
Yeah.
for the main character. You see him a few like many days worn.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how large the time skip is
Mm-hmm.
between like the opening and like the end of the chapter. But shit's happened. Like he's had a bad time, and now he's got a singular like mission, a singular purpose.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it looks good. It's because at first you start reading it and you're like, okay, well this is very grounded in reality. But
Mm-hmm.
then you get to like the end of that chapter, and it's like, okay, this is like very much going down I would say like a tamer Jujutsu Kaisen,
Okay.
in
Yeah.
that like it's like set in like modern day Japan, and there are necromancers and like sorcerers and stuff
Mm. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff. And so there's like this element of like mysticism, but it's not like a huge thing. You're not like having like big bleach scale battles
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Yet. Yeah.
um, but yeah, it's looking really good. I'll be definitely checking out every single chapter that comes out. I'll be waiting with bated breath. I think
Mm.
it's going to go a really long way, which says a lot, because I know that there's been a lot of manga in
Yeah.
recent years that look like they will be very, very popular, and then they get cancelled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm hoping this won't be the case for Kagurabachi.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with a lot what you said there, actually, because I really like the first chapter. I've read the first two. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I have to admit, like the panel work is incredible, especially for the fight sequences, and that's where a majority of the hype came from. So if you haven't heard of this manga series, it's most of the hype got generated around some of the panels that got leaked. And some people were saying like this was looking cold as hell. Like the character design just on the front cover looked incredible. And yeah, I have to admit the artwork does look sensational, and it is really cool, really really cool. It's a whole revenge story, like you said. This sort of samurai esque, trying to take out sorcerers and yakuza and stuff, is really cool. Um, let's just talk a little bit about the hype, because it's been a whirlwind, and it's like sensational to see. So just to kind of share this tweet, when the first chapter did drop, because again there was leaks and it generated a lot of fandom off the back of that. It became the 5th trending manga on Manga Plus, overtaking My Hero and ranking with its first chapter, which is insane. So it sat in between My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen at number 4, which is a massive feat considering these series are well over 100 chapters deep. Some of them are in crazy parts of their stories right now. I'm thinking more My Hero as well as JJK, but that's crazy to land in that spot.
I mean, this is my opinion on the matter. I think it's because that people are suffering, like people who consume manga and anime, people are feeling a bit fatigued with these series that
Mm.
are like kind of they're in their like peak moments, but it's just going on for like it's like when you're in something which is like the most hype story arc of something, but you're having to wait week over week over week for it. You kind of get a bit
Yeah.
fatigued, don't you, of it? Like you're kind of like, why is this taking so long? Especially like in something like JJK or My Hero Academia, where there's a lot of characters.
Mm-hmm.
So we're obviously in like this big hero war going on in My Hero Academia. We're obviously like in the aftermath of some pretty serious like stuff going on in JJK, but there are
Mm-hmm.
so many characters. It's like
Yeah.
so like you're never just following like that one singular like plot, and that's a trademark of like shonen titles. You focus on like several characters, not on one, but like people are invested in certain aspects of it, and it's like you're not.
Yeah.
You get a chapter which isn't about the character you like. You're kind of like, well, no, this is boring.
Yeah. I think this is like loads of little thing. Like, here's my crazy out there theory. I think this kind of appeals to the Demon Slayer audience that's kind of
Mm.
grown, and sadly, there's no continuation of the manga because it's finished. Of course, the anime is still going and still being adapted, but I think this is something for that reader base, as well as we now live in like an era where something like John Wick can be like a, a multi-billion franchise, which is just like a revenge story continuing on and on. And this kind of appeals to that, I think. Like, this is kind of like in my mind, it's like a John Wick sort of manga in a weird way.
I'm really interested to see where it goes, because
Yeah.
it's good that you obviously mentioned like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer obviously ended, but it wasn't drawn out. Like I'm always
Yeah.
saying that this is like my biggest like praise of Demon Slayer is that it knew exactly what it was. It
Mm-hmm.
knew exactly where the story was going, and it didn't try and overreach past that. It kind of like ended at the perfect time
Mm-hmm.
and said goodnight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. Just to round this off quickly, just to show like the hype hasn't died down yet. But with chapter 2, it came in at number 4 on Manga Plus, surpassing Boruto 2 Blue Vortex.
and that's saying a lot, because that latest chapter of Boruto was
Mm,
incredible. It's like
mm,
what people have been waiting for
yeah,
in Boruto. So it's wild to see that it's surpassed that. But I will say, maybe an unpopular thing to say,
mm,
Kagura actually does have the gift of newness right now. It's like the new hot thing,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's obviously gonna get a bit more attention.
Mm,
So whether the numbers will continue to remain that high, I think that they probably will. I think it'll probably like hover in the top 10 for
mm-hmm,
its whole run.
yeah,
But I think will it maintain like middle of the pack? Will it go ahead? Will it go below? Who knows?
yeah. I guess the other element of this, like, what what has been kind of mentioned is that a lot of this hype is becoming like come from the West. It's not necessarily in Japan itself. Um, so it'll be interesting to see what impact that may have on, say, when it comes to an anime adaptation. Like, will they speed this up so it gets an OVA or something maybe in a year's time? Or an actual anime series in under a year, because they understand the global appeal, not just to the local appeal sort of thing. It's a real interesting
We
growth.
had the gift of a friend who happened to be in Japan recently.
We did, yeah.
He was in Japan when the new Shonen Jump dropped,
Mm,
and he was telling us about how insane it was, like how it was just everywhere.
yeah, yeah. Front covers and all sorts, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting to see. Obviously, this Kagurabachi is from the mind of Hokuzono Takuru
Mm-hmm.
or Takeru, who's I don't want to say it like this, but I can't think of a better way to put it. Reasonably new to the scene.
Yeah.
This is their first proper serialization.
Mm-hmm.
They've had like one shots in the past, like 2 one-shots in the past, but that's about it.
Yeah, I heard a story that he won a competition, which is why it got published in Shonen Jump. It was like one of those competitions they do to find new talent and stuff.
You mean the ones that we see in the popular manga series Bakuman?
Yes, exactly like that. And like, I can't remember who it was, but someone handpicked his series. And yeah, I think that's where a lot of the leaks came from, was like, this is the next big thing. I also read an interview with them as well, where some he talked about the hype and again about the reaction, and he mentioned how someone from the West had written a letter and sent it to him saying that the manga had changed their life, which he thought was hilarious considering the first chapter hadn't been released yet.
Yeah. That's suspicious.
So
that's weird.
Yeah. So he's very much aware of this fan reaction that's taking place at the moment. But yeah, it's all interesting. Yeah, it really is.
Watch this space, guys. We'll be talking about, in a couple of months' time, we'll be talking about an anime trailer. We'll be doing our live reaction to an anime trailer, won't we?
Absolutely, yeah. Or a movie. My God, can you imagine like if it starts off with a movie?
Could I even imagine it? Wow. I guess we'll see.
We'll see. Shall we jump into the fall?
Yeah, autumn? Absolutely. Sorry, I kind of got caught off guard by the fact that on my anime list there, at the very bottom, there is like you get a top anime, a top airing anime, and a most popular characters based on like obviously what's going on my anime list. And Lelouch v Britannia is like at the top of the most popular characters list.
Oh, I mean,
yeah, he's like number one.
It is a great character, but
standing over Monkey D. Luffy, Levi, someone who I don't know, and Zoro.
Wow. Interesting.
That is interesting. Sorry, I got like to really caught me off guard.
Okay, let's talk about the fall.
Yeah, leaf fall down, guys.
Oh, I guess it's probably fair to say, if you're, let's do this. If you're new to the podcast, just can't assume that everyone knows what we do here. What we do is we'll handpick what we think are worth a watch this fall, this season, and we add it to our list. And we maybe come back and talk about our thoughts and feelings about it.
Purely subjective. Remember, these are the all opinions expressed are the expressed opinions of us and not the company Undisputed.
Yes, very true. Touche.
It's like a Twitter header, isn't it? All thoughts and opinions expressed are my own. Like,
exactly. Yeah. I have to put that in sometimes. Cool. Where do you want to start?
I mean, I'm just looking at the list as shown on Crunchyroll. You are looking at the list as shown on Anime List. So, I mean, I'm just working down from the top. We've obviously got hits like JJK, which are already ongoing, which are considered as in the fall. We do have, and I'm pretty hyped about this. We've got part 2 of Dr. Stone New World.
Yeah,
coming out. Gonna be incredible. Dr. Stone is one of those. I read it as a manga all the way to the end. Loved it. Started watching the anime. It's you know, you take the shonen formula and you put it in a different setting with different stakes, and it's kind of always good. I really like it when it's not just about fighting.
Yeah, a little bit more thought provoking.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to Dr. Stone. I know that it's popular, and I'm interested to see how they adapt this part of the arc.
Interesting. So this starts on the 12th of October. Do we know how many episodes Let's have a look. No, not yet, but I imagine it'd be a good handful.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go.
yeah.
I'm gonna take a guess. It's gonna be about 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the first season, I believe, if I recall correctly, was like a full season. It was like 24 episodes, I think. Unless I'm completely wrong there.
Oh, I just realised it's part 2 as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think that they would have had I think part 1 had about 12 episodes. Could be thinking about something else. It's been a while.
That's true.
Who can say, though? I'm looking forward to it, guys. Love me some science. Love me some Stone Age. Love me some plot twists.
Ooh. Okay. What am I picking? I am going to pick. I'm going to talk about the Eminence. The Eminence in Shadow.
Love the Eminence in Shadow. I think this one really took you by surprise. I don't think you thought that you were going to like it quite as much as you do.
It's ridiculous. It's hilariously ridiculous.
Isn't it like gratuitous harem, like assassin story?
The only way to describe it is like an isekai, and it kind of plays off isekai tropes. So as you say, he has a party of women and stuff like that. What's more hilarious is that he sees himself as a Batman type character. Like it's all and he purposely feeds his what's the word I'm looking for? His own fantasy of being that character. There is the goofy element of it, but also there's this element of like you almost buy into it at the same time. It's a weird dynamic, but I love how it plays it.
Fun fact you might like to know about Zane here is he is a big Batman fan. So you might not be able to tell it from his backdrop, because I don't believe I can see any Batman in his backdrop. But he is a big fan of the bats and the Bat family.
It's true, yeah. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, it is a part of my life. But
since I was a boy.
To those early Michael Keaton movies. But there we go. Yes, I'm so happy it's back. It was possibly the gem of the season. I want to say early this year. So it's amazing to see that it's back again this October. Yeah, season 2. It looks like it's only 12 episodes, but starting as soon as the 4th of October, which is perfect. Means that I can get this into my eyeballs as soon as possible. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. It's going to be great.
Wonderful. What a fun.
Great fun. Loads of action as well. So it's definitely worth checking out. What's next for you, my friend?
Hey guys, I love Spy X Family. And season 2.
Season 2.
It's coming on up here. And they're going on a cruise. So looking forward to it. I don't really have a lot to say. I just think it's just like it's a very, very comical, wholesome like story, and it's remarkably well written for how silly it is. I don't have much more to say than that, but I am looking forward to it. It's another one of those anime that I like. I just sit and me and my wife will watch a couple of episodes every now and then, and just soak up the wholesomeness of it all, of a family living a lie. But are they living a lie? Are they developing real familial feelings with one another? Who can say?
It's very true. Yeah. Yeah. Such a heartwarming series. Start date 7th of October, so again, not too long to wait. The combination of Witch Studio and Cloverworks, which are two of the best studios I would say in the game right now. So yeah, that would be really exciting to see it back.
And we both know exactly how popular Yor is on the internet.
Say that again.
She is the internet. She is the internet's mummy.
Yes.
Yes. If I go a day and I do not see someone posting something about her, am I on the internet anymore?
Yeah, is your timeline working if you don't see at least one cosplay?
Yeah, she's hugely popular for that. So
exactly. How do you feel about the movie coming up?
I think again, I be just expressing all the exact same points. I think that if it's got a movie, the fact it's got a movie, it's well deserved. And I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be like a fun little one-time little adventure. Maybe it will get mentioned in the anime, like moving forward in the anime, or maybe in the manga. Who knows? But you know, I don't think it's undeserving of getting a movie. I can't say that I think that there's something else that deserves it more.
Yeah.
So I think again it'll just be fun.
Yeah, agreed. The movie comes out on December 22nd of this year. So yeah, just before Christmas. Wow. So that'd be really great. Let's add it to planning to watch. Ooh. What's next? I think we got to talk about again something I'm going to struggle to say. Fry ends Beyond Journey End.
Is it Freeren?
Freeren
Beyond Journey's End. I'm good. That's what I'm going with, but I don't know. Again, I'm not a linguistics expert, so
we'll just say Beyond Journey's End.
I'm gonna find out. You keep talking. I'm gonna find out. Let's put it to bed.
That's cool. This is one of the most anticipated of this season. I know it's got like a huge following for the manga. I think there may be light novels as well, but yeah, there's a lot of eyes on this series. Mainly because it's got a great studio behind it, Madhouse Studio, who I guess off the top of my head have done works like One Punch Man season 1 and numerous stuff over the years. So again, it's a fantastic studio. But yeah, this is supposed to be a really engaging and passionate story. Again, it's set in a fantasy world with elves and witches and stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to why there's so much, again, interest in this. It starts on the 29th of September, so it's already out there by the time we've done this recording. Also worth mentioning, the first episode is 2 hours long. You heard me right, 2 hours long. So I imagine this is going to be a real, again, engaging, emotional piece.
Well, you sold me. You sold it to me. You have absolutely sold it to me.
Yeah. What have you Googled about it?
I couldn't find the pronunciation. Though I did see that, like, the it looks like the Japanese pronunciation is like Thurien, but I don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't say that. I'm not an expert, like I said. So please don't go around saying, "Oh, Sue from Susute from Undisputed said this is exactly what it is," and get into a fight with someone about it, because I'm not willing to die on that hill.
It's not worth it. Let it go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be a big one. I guess the crazy thing, I'm going to have to find 2 hours to be like, don't disturb me. I need to watch this.
Just schedule yourself a meeting with the clients.
Anything else on your list that you wanted to add to your watch list?
Hey guys, you know me. You know what I'm known for. I am a big fan of webcomics,
Mm-hmm.
manhwa,
Mm.
and imagine my surprise a few months ago when it was announced that a hugely popular for me manhwa series was getting adapted into an anime. And I thought, this is going to be just like it's going to be like Solo Leveling. We're going to be waiting for a long time for it to come out. No, it apparently airs on the 7th of October, and that is a Returner's Magic should be special.
Ooh.
And I know that we've got a friend who it will be also excited about this because I know that he's just gotten up to date on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just gotten up to date on the manhwa. I'm hype. I'm hype as hell to see what they do with this because it's a great returner story.
Okay.
And I think that everyone should give it a go.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't really want to go too far into it because since the anime's coming out, I don't want to be all like, well, this happens. Obviously, the manhwa's been out for ages. I could tell, and I could say, oh well, it's not really spoilers. It's been out for ages, but some people don't read manhwa, so go and watch this anime. It's really good.
Sometimes they like to put the covers and some of the character designs from the from manga or manhwa that is being adapted from, and already the character designs look so clean, like as you'd expect from a manhwa that's on webtoons. But yeah, this is looking good. Start date the 8th of October.
You got the 8th, I got the 7th.
I'm not familiar with this studio. Arvo Animation.
Let's have a look here.
But it sounds good. And again, I know this is one that's been shared around on social media a lot as well. So
people gonna be loving it. Arvo Animation. Huh. They've got 4 works.
Yeah.
All of which I don't know, except for Returner's Magic should be special. They've got We Never Learn, Bokuben, which is based on a manga. Monster Girl Doctor, based on a light novel. Irina, the Vampire Cosmonaut, based on a light novel.
Okay.
So, 20 employees.
Oh, wow, really?
Mm-hmm. They were founded 6 years ago. So, yeah. Interested to see what they do. I would love it if this, propelled them forward in popularity.
Yeah, absolutely. My God, this list just keeps on going.
It does. It's gonna, the days are gonna be getting shorter, guys. The nights are colder. What better way to spend your time than to get yourself a mug of hot cocoa or a tea or a coffee, turn the lights down low, wrap yourself up in your blankets, and watch some anime, guys.
Absolutely.
The autumn really is anime watching season.
Yeah, this list, it just looks insane. Like, I want to kind of talk about Arc Knights, because the poster looks amazing, but so does Paradox Live, the animation. God.app looks amazing. There's just so much that looks fantastic. The Family of Circumstance of Irregular Witches. Again, I kind of, me, I like fantasy stuff. I'm going to have to put that on there. There's 2 Fooly Cooly stuff, like shoegaze. And
fantastic.
Grunge as well.
Love me some Fooly Cooly. I was just looking into that God.app that you were just talking about. It's from the creators of Nier and Soul Eater.
Oh, wow.
It basically says the creators of Nier Automata, or Automata, Soul Eater, and more come together for this dark original series.
Oh, it's an original series. That's always fun.
So yeah, that could be very interesting, knowing the minds behind that.
Ooh. Start date the 5th of October. Do we know how many episodes? No. Oh yeah, look at that. Taro Yoko. Yoko.
Yoko Taro.
Ooh.
Woo.
Oh man. Oh yeah, and there's the mangaka from Fire Force and Soul Eater.
It's gonna be wild.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be good.
Hey, you know how you are a big fan of sports anime? You know how I occasionally get swept away in sports anime?
Uh-huh.
Do you what are the chances that what do you think the chances are that in 6 months' time we're going to be on the podcast raving about this new anime called Overtake, which is about Formula One?
Okay.
From the looks of it.
Yes. Yes. Overtake. Let's open that one up. So I laugh because my wife is a big F1 fan, and
I hadn't noticed.
And this has, piqued her interest. So yeah, I think for the F1 fans out there, I know the F1, as again at the time of recording last week, was in Japan for the circuit there. But yeah, this is going to be interesting for a lot of F1 fans. Starts the 1st of October. There hasn't been a lot of previews, I don't think. I think there's been a handful of teaser trailers and stuff. But yeah, I think it's going to be, again, I think it's going to be interesting.
See, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, do you think you'll actually watch this?
It will probably come down to you.
Okay.
If you come to me and you say, this is insane, you can't think of it like Formula One, because I've got no interest in Formula One whatsoever, but I had no interest in competitive swimming, and you came along and were like, you need to watch Free, it's incredible. I've got no interest in football or soccer, but you were like, mate, Blue Protocol, you need to watch Blue Protocol. It's crazy. If you come to me with that kind of energy,
Blue Lock,
yeah.
yeah.
If you come to me about Overtaking, you're like, mate, this is it'll blow you away. I'll probably watch an episode and see where I go from there.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant because, again, I'm not quite sure how much they could do with it. And I get the sense of feeling that this is going to be like 3D CG F1 cars as well. So that always kind of adds to the experience, if you know what I mean, as a viewer. So I'll definitely add it to the list and get back to you on that one.
You got any others? Because I've got a couple more that I'm interested in.
Yeah, fire away.
So we have. Oh, I've got to scroll back up my list. This I just actually going to mention because the idea of it just shows where we are in terms of like society. Okay. This isn't like a criticism or anything like that, but there's a title here called Protocol Rain, which is basically the synopsis is a group of high schoolers will try to save the local esports cafe with their pro gamer skills.
Rain, you say?
Yeah, Protocol Rain.
I got it. Here we go. That one. Okay, yeah. So
I might just look at this one out of curiosity because it seems like one of those situations where it's like the story just sounds like it might not be good personally, but it could really surprise me.
The delivery could be unlike anything. Start date 8th of October. Yeah. I kind of like the poster. Yeah.
To be honest, when I saw the poster, I did think, is this a new was it Bubble?
Bubble, yeah.
Yeah, is this an anime series based off Bubble? And I was like,
do you know what? It could be. I don't know if it's because it's the same first name of the character from Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear? No, Guilty Crown.
Guilty Crown.
Yeah, it could be a. Could it be a guilt? Nah, I'm probably making assumptions there.
I'm overthinking.
Yeah, we'll add it to the list. Why not?
We'll see. Maybe watch an episode.
Yeah.
We've got. Let's talk about new stuff as opposed to stuff that is continuing, because we've got stuff like Ancient Mage's Bride, which I love, on here. But we've also got things, and this is something that I'm interested in because it would be a nice change of pace in a world full of battles and sci-fi. We've got Komono Hashi's Forbidden Deductions.
Forbidden Deductions. Ooh. See if I can find it.
Just type in Ron.
As in RON?
RON. Get him, Ron.
Ooh.
The easiest find once you just do that. You know, it seems to be about an unusual private detective, a private investigator who's working with a police detective to solve crime.
Do you like a good crime drama?
I think it'll be a nice change of pace. And like looking at the anime, the manga style, looks great. So interested to see that. 2nd
of October, 13 episodes. You know what? I think I may have seen like a trailer for this, maybe. And like the main character like looks kind of like unhinged sort of thing, which is always fun.
I think we're looking at a story here which is like the combination of the main character being L from Death Note and Sherlock Holmes. That's what I'm expecting.
That's a great combo. That is a great combo.
So next for me, and I believe that you were the one who originally shared this trailer with me. And it is The Kingdoms of Ruin.
Yes.
In a world of science versus magic, a human raised by a witch swears revenge against civilization.
Yeah. I don't think this particular poster does it justice. There is
if you
another
go to
one.
the Crunchyroll, if you go to the Crunchyroll page and scroll all the way down, there's a much better poster. You'll see it shortly. You're getting there. Once you see Apothecary Tales, it's down a little bit from there. Ooh, this is so long. Such a lot. Oh, nearly there.
Oh, nearly there.
Keep going. Down one more. There we go.
There it is. Yeah.
A much better hype poster. The trailer looks crazy. Like, looks like it's giving like high fantasy, like Guilty Crown.
Yeah,
that's the energy I'm getting from it. Maybe with a little bit of Did you ever watch Tacked Up?
Yes, I did.
It's that sort of like the trailer gives that sort of like kind of energy and like animation style.
I wonder what studio is behind this, because like you said,
it is Yokohama Animation Lab.
Ooh. Yeah, this.
And they are responsible for The Witch and the Beast. They've got a couple of things under their belt, but it's not stuff that I have myself partook in. But, it's looking like it could be good.
I think it'd be decent, yeah. definitely add that to the list.
And who doesn't love a unhinged savant raised by a witch?
It's very true. I'm going to add Pluto to the list for those who, again, are unaware. This, again, is going to be a huge piece, mainly because the team behind this is just phenomenal. I want to say it's people behind... Oh, what was it? Not Golden Boy. I want to say maybe like Cowboy Bebop or something, but I could have made that up. All I remember is there's a great team behind this. It's crazy that it's coming to Netflix, but let's not shoot that down because it means it's going to be open to a lot of people. But yeah, this is going to be fantastic. So add it to your list. It's 8 episodes. Each episode is going to be an hour long, so set some time aside just as an FYI. But yeah, start date the 26th of October.
Genko is huge. Genko Inc. is who is responsible for it. They're not a studio, but they're an anime production enterprise.
Yeah.
And it has produced numerous anime series such as Honey and Clover, Elfen Lied, Excel World, Sword Art Online, Toradora. I'm just scrolling down this list now. Tokyo Godfathers, Diaz. Just there's literally so much. I'm only on like 2017 right now. Between the Sky and the Sea, High School D&D. No, sorry, DxD. What?
Yes.
Valkyrie Drive. So much. They're responsible for Berserk of Gluttony, which is also on my list today.
That is a great point. Yes. Let me find that bad boy.
Also, Knights and Magic.
Oh, interesting. Berserk of Gluttony. Yep. This is going to be another sort of high fantasy. Is it an isekai?
It's not an isekai. No, it's not an isekai. It's about a guy. He's basically got a pretty useless power in a world that everyone has some sort of ability. Not like kind of in a My Hero Academia sort of way, but one day he basically finds a sword, and he kind of awakens his ability, and he finds out the true nature of his power. It is. Whew, I can't remember. I'm reading the manga, but I know that obviously there is the light novel.
Light novel, yeah.
So which comes first, I'm unsure. But yeah.
2nd of October, and
it's going to be a busy week, guys.
Yeah. So prepared.
But yeah, I think this is it's a fun one. I think this one's it's not a slow start, but it goes it definitely picks up once he starts to level up, so to speak.
Ooh. I'm gonna add Death Play Part 2. I really enjoyed Part 1 earlier this year, so it's only fair that I'll see that through.
Of course.
Undead Unluck. I haven't read the manga, but I feel like it had like a real good run in Shonen Jump, right?
I didn't mesh with Undead Unluck. I started reading it and I just could not get into it. That said, our friend Ray, he did like it, so
yeah,
maybe I've just got bad taste.
Look, there's always something for everyone, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Start date 7th of October. It doesn't say how many episodes. Studio behind it, David Productions, who does Fire Force and JoJo's. So it's a great studio behind it. Yeah. Add it to the list.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe watch a couple of episodes, see what I think.
Now, I don't have anything else on my list, but I couldn't help but notice you have a tab which has Digimon written on it, and that
Yeah,
really piques my interest.
yeah. Let's talk about it. So Digimon Adventure 2, the beginning. This is a movie telling of sorts, going back to the what would you call them? The second generation of Digidestins of David and Kyrie and TK and such.
Yeah, back when they were front running.
Mm. So I guess this is kind of following that same theme of Digimon Adventures with I think it was like Tri-Age maybe. Um, Maybe I've just made that title up, but it continues on from that formula. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. 27th of October.
The trailer honestly looked hype as hell. Like, looked great. Like, so nostalgic seeing all of that's what I've historically what I've really enjoyed about Disney is about Digimon is the fact that it doesn't matter what generation you're on, you see the world progress forwards. So
Yeah.
you see, if you ever see the original Disney, they're teenagers or they're adults, and now in this we're looking to see the second generation of Digidestin as like kind of like young adults,
Yeah.
which like seems like really really cool, especially
Absolutely.
like for like TK and Kyrie, who we've known since the beginning.
Yeah, and like what I've always liked about Digimon is the human element. Like they always have like some sort of, I don't know, insecurities that they get over and stuff like that. Of course, they do it with the partners of the Digimon and such, but yeah, it's always interesting to see how those characters grow, and then when you see the fully growth version of that character having to come back to, you know, tackle whatever the new evil is. I always think it's really interesting and stuff, and what new lessons they can learn from that. But yeah, I could probably talk about that all day. But I am very much looking forward to the movie.
It's gonna be so good. I'm just looking at some of like the teaser posters right now, and seeing them older is like wild. Like they've grown up exactly how you'd expect them to have.
Yeah, yeah. I always love how they replace the goggles with like say sunglasses or something else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's always there.
Yeah. Incredible.
I'm
TK
just gonna
got that drip.
Did he ever lose it? Excellent. I'm gonna probably fire off a few more because why not?
Yeah,
just before we round off.
by all means, go wild.
That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Has 3 OVAs coming out. So you know we're big fans of that. So let's add it to the list. I know before we started, you mentioned my daughter left the nest and returned an S rank.
Such a cute story. It's basically follows a guy who's like a retired adventurer, and he's had a daughter, and he trained her whole life, and she's gone off and become an adventurer, and then pretty much every single chapter is like him. He's waiting for her to come home. And every chapter is like she's trying to come home, but because she's an S-rank adventurer, she keeps getting pulled into all of this all these big adventures and stuff. Like she'll like be going through a town which is having like a werewolf issue, and then she ends up having to stick around to like sort the problem out. And then he's like kind of like waiting for her to come home. She really wants to go home because she's like a daddy's girl.
Oh man,
it's a really like cute story.
The cover for the light novel looks amazing. That looks really nice. Already started on the 28th. So yeah, that's really cool.
Definitely worth a watch. I think it's a nice change. And again, if I say something like this, it's probably because it's a nice change of pace from the sort of anime that I enjoy to watch typically, which is high octane and full of action.
Sometimes it's good to have something that breaks it up as well, because it's kind of like I remember thinking, I think I was watching like Trigun and Hell's Paradise and everything else, and I just needed something to help break it up, if you know what I mean, just to keep me going. Not to say keep me going, but anyways. Is there anything else that I thought was worth mentioning? La 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 la. I think that's everything. Digimon we already talked about, so we'll add that to the list. There's a My Hero Battle Heroes, which I think is like a card game sort of thing. It's an OVA. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it feels like, I was gonna say, if it's not an OVA, it feels like filler. It's got filler written all over it. It smells like filler.
It smells like filler. For my mech friends out there, there's a Gundam build metaverse. So worth checking that out. If you have young kids, Blade X might be worth. Add it to the list. I know a lot of people in the Beyblade community were excited about this. They had a really cool sort of teaser leading up to it, so hopefully it should satisfy. I think that's everything. I feel like
if there's anything more, I imagine you'll make a video about it. You'll make a TikTok, or
yes,
Instagram short.
Yes. Oh, we haven't even talked about the most popular things. Attack on Titan remix.
That's
2.8.
Unpopular opinion on this show. Like,
look, we joke about it. I enjoy watching it. But yeah, it is a little bit ridiculous.
Are we on like 0.2.65 rebirth now?
I'm gonna say it's gonna get added to the list. I think it's out 4th of November from memory, but there we go.
You wait until you find out that like Eren Yeager was actually young Zenmus all along, young Xehanort,
just playing chess against himself.
All of the Titans are Xehanorts. They're all gonna get naughted.
Goblin Slayer Season 2. I know we briefly spoke about it before we recorded. In the pre-show. We've both fallen off it because it's quite exhausting at times. I think is a fair comment. But I know
it's a different kind of emotional exhaustion watching Goblin Slayer. There's a lot going on that sometimes the brain just isn't processed to handle at 11 p.m.
I mean, I remember reading the first chapter on my lunch break at work, and I was like, "Oh my god, I think I need to have a cry."
Exactly. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. If you like that, that's fine, I guess.
That's absolutely fine. Yeah. Start date is 6th of October. So yeah, I mean, it's good it's back because it's been a long time since the first season. So
and the animation quality is great, like honestly, and the manga is beautifully like illustrated. Like,
oh yeah,
it's just a bit too heavy for me these days.
I'm just going to do a shout out for Tokyo Revengers. I still need to actually finish season 2. I think that came out earlier the year, but I think it was because it was on Disney Plus. I again struggled switching between all the different platforms, so yeah, I need to finish season 2. And Rising of the Shield Hero season 3.
Shield Hero
again.
So many heroes, so many shields. The whole gang's there in the poster.
Whole gang's in this one, yeah. So, yeah, really, really enjoyed the story up to this point. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with it. 6th of October, so not too long. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, look at that. Number 1 most popular for anime of 2023. Wow.
Oh, it is hugely, hugely popular.
I don't know. I saw a lot of discourse about season 2. Like, some people felt they kind of, fell off it and stuff, which is a shame, but
Is that an expectation thing though? Did season one set people's expectations too high?
Maybe.
In the same way that we're getting with JJK currently.
Possibly.
Because if a day goes by without someone sending me a TikTok saying, like, showing comparisons between the manga and the anime, and like how it's like it's
ghosting
all bad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, just come on, guys. Like, they could not. They spent like 3 years of production money on Gojo's eyes in the first like season. They couldn't do that again.
Isn't there a ridiculous joke as well about like how the budget per episode of JJK was more than a whole season of Seven Deadly Sins or something? Have you seen that?
That wouldn't surprise. I haven't seen it, but that wouldn't surprise me. The production quality of Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
In the last season, I believe. I think the first season was okay.
Well, you say the last season, they've done I guess they're kind of mini movies now. With his son Tristan. And it's all like 3D cel shaded mini movies.
I hate
that. I love it when you just say it how it is.
just say how it is. I hate that. Give me an anime that's all about Escanor.
Where's that?
Only Escanor.
Ooh. We should.
I want to find out about I want to find out about a child who becomes invulnerable at lunchtime when he's asked to eat his vegetables.
That's true. Yeah. Wow. There's definitely a series there, isn't there?
Should be.
Give me that opportunity. Yeah. Cool. I think that's everything. Any last thoughts? Anything else you want to add in?
But you know, it's getting cooler, guys. Go and watch some anime. It's a good time to do it. We're being kind of like, I think October, December, January. I skipped November. Just this whole next 6 months is looking to be really busy media-wise. There's a lot of media coming out, so just make sure you take breaks and drink plenty of fluids. Pace yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Don't burn yourself out on a series to the point where you can't enjoy it anymore. And if you don't like something, don't watch it.
That's true. Sends a message. Excellent. So, it's also a little housekeeping. I should have probably done this at the beginning, but never mind.
Top of the episode.
I don't know how the next episode will happen or not because I'm away, and normally when we record, I'm pretty sure is when I'm traveling. So there may be an episode as usual, but make sure to follow our socials and we'll let you know. Because after that is when we go to Comic-Con as well, isn't it?
We'll be in MCN London. So
we'll be at MCN London. Ooh.
So if there isn't a next episode, the next episode after that will be jam-packed.
Yeah. So if
we might have to do an Infinity War and split it into 2 parts.
Part 1, part 2. Yeah. So if you happen to be going to MCM Comic Con, let us know because hey, you may bump into us, and it'd be great to see some of the people who listen to us and watch us on YouTube and stuff.
I would appreciate it if you don't like my hot takes about Attack on Titan, that you do not like assault me, like if you like in public.
Yeah. Please be kind. That'd be nice.
Please be kind to me. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but it's my opinion.
I have to admit that TikTok that we did about it blew up quite well. Like it didn't go viral as such, but it had like a really good reception. So yeah, I don't think you're the only one.
Yeah, I was waiting for the comments to come in saying, "You just don't understand the Titan mindset. You just don't understand it." I do understand it. It's convoluted as hell.
It's very true. It's very true. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, there may be an episode as usual, and maybe not. If there is, it might happen whilst I'm on holiday. So if there's any quality issues, please bear with us. But make sure to like and subscribe to this, and again, all our social medias, all the relevant links will be in the description down below, and we'll keep you updated. Susu Day, it's been great to see you again, and we'll no doubt catch up soon.
Indeed.
Thanks. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Peace.